The Daft Hour. Daft Hour. Daft Hour.
Countdown?
No countdown. We're just recording now.
What, we've started?
It's happened, yeah, this is it. This is the new Daft Hour.
It's the Daft Hour. It's the Daft Hour.
This is the warning.
What, that we're on?
Yeah, we're on. This is it.
Oh.
Welcome to the Daft Hour. The
Hey.
Daft Hour podcast, so we're no
Welcome
longer
to the
shackled.
very first episode.
This is it, yeah. But we're no longer locked in the dungeon that is the smelly cowboy former room.
Oh, don't, man. You're going to get us into trouble. But people might listen.
Who's
Well,
gonna
we
listen?
hope they do.
Yeah. What's really strange about this is that we're hearing each other and looking at each other
Yeah.
like we would be in the studio,
Yeah.
but you can't throw anything at me when you're annoyed.
Yeah, I can't smell you.
I'm not the smelly cowboy.
You keep telling me that, but I've seen you wear hats.
Yeehaw. Do you know what's the best thing?
We can swear now.
We can swear. I'm not going to, but we can.
I am shit, fuck, yeah.
Well done. Very creative swearing.
Thank you.
Well done.
I'm still not a lover of the C word. If it happens, it happens. But it's not something I just want to throw out all the time. We've got to build up to that.
Well, that'll happen once we get Elvis back in.
Elvis, every third word will be the C word. But yeah, but you're right. We're no longer shackled to the confines of whatever it was.
Whatever that was.
Whatever
so
that
to
was.
The Daft Hour with me. What's my name?
Bambi.
Oh, Bambi. Thank you.
You've lost your surname.
No, just Bambi now, innit? Just
Yeah.
Bambi.
Or can you be called Bambi lost his surname?
No, just Bambi. And then it's going to be a selection of clothing brought out, which is called Just Bambi, and there'll be an aftershave, which is Just Bambi.
I'm pretty sure you're going to be sued.
Why?
I'm pretty sure Disney own the legal rights to the name Bambi.
They can't. I've decided.
I'm sure that'll work in the court of law.
I've already been sued by Disney, so I'll
don't
take
agree.
it on again.
But the likelihood Disney will ever listen to this is slim to none. That might backfire in a dream world, but you know. So if we don't want them to hear, we'll figure it out. Anyway, it's you, Sue, not me. I don't know why I'm so concerned.
So Disney Plus is going to have a podcast section, and we're going to be the first feature.
Yeah.
That's it.
But you won't be called Bambi by then. You'll be called
the artist formerly known as
B.
B. I'll be the B word.
You be the B word. Yeah.
So that's my intro, and yourself, Morgan.
My name's Morgan Fantastic. You know me from such things as the radio from before.
That radio.
You might know me from such things as your Facebook friends list. I'm friends with everyone. You might know me from other such things as I once played Snoopy the dog in a musical, in a show in the Hexagon Theatre. You might have been there. You might know me from that.
Snoopy the dog. I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm well renowned for a lot of things, Bambi, so people might be aware of who I am. If not, hello, nice to meet you. My name's Morgan. How are you?
They're fine.
Good.
They?
So yeah, welcome to your ears, listening to us here at the Daft Hour via the podcast. This is all very new, isn't it, Bambi?
It is. So we've all got new technology.
Yeah, I
bullied you into buying a new microphone.
I can't even stress to begin that I don't understand any of this that's happening.
So much so, I've had to dial into your computer and make it work.
I'm just under the impression I'm talking, and somehow through some sort of X-Men. Charles Xavier link that people are listening to me talk, and that's my understanding of what's happening right now. It's some sort of telecommunication mutantism.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works, Morgan. It's magic.
I'm all for it.
Well, I have a friend who is a computer wizard, and he if anyone ever asks him how it works, he just says magic, because he's sick of explaining it to people that don't understand.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. Like, I'd imagine that's how magicians feel.
Apart from is it the masked magician that reveals the tricks?
Yeah,
He's
but
a naughty boy, isn't he?
I think he's been kicked out of the magic community for that.
The Magic Circle.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Was he
because
kicked out, or was he
he's been
wrestled
kicked.
out?
I think he was thrown out
Ugh.
because they've been trying to keep them secrets for years, and he comes and goes, "Oh, by the way, guys,
It
this
was
is
a
what
mirror.
happens." Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he's now formed the mirror community,
The,
the mirror circle.
the Mirror Circle. Yeah, that's the Magic Mirror Circle.
But it's actually just those mirrors at the circus.
Oh, like the maze.
Yeah, and people did they weren't that popular in the 60s. Never
But
mind
he's lost
now.
in there, isn't he?
He is. He can't be found ever. Who are we talking about?
The Masked Magician.
What's his name though?
Derek, the Masked Magician.
Derek Magician.
Yeah, that's it. Derek,
Yeah.
the
Well,
Masked
Derek,
Magician.
you're a disgrace to your community, and I hope you're proud of yourself.
You can't eat it. There's no podcast in the maze.
The mirror world.
The mirror maze world where he is. Okay, so if anyone's new to the Daft Hour, which will be most people,
Pretty
we
much
don't
everone,
have-
I'd imagine.
We don't have a theme really, apart from just being a bit daft.
Well, so basically, I'll do a bit of plug for you. So we are available on all your podcast apps, all available podcasts. You can find us on Spotify, on Apple, on Google, and we are hosted by the wonderful Podbean. Okay, So
Podbean.
Bean,
As in
Bean,
baked bean.
I believe.
Or beam.
I hope
as
I'm
in
right.
beam me up.
No, bean as in I once sat on a bean.
Of all the sentences you could use, I once sat on a bean.
That's the example I've chosen. But yeah, and when I was setting up this podcast, it did say what is the category for the podcast, and I put
If people have a clue,
comedy
you can tell
improv
us. All right, okay.
because it was either that or design
Cooking.
technology.
Right.
I don't know, but yeah, I put comedy improv because we have segments that we use on a weekly basis, but overall we pretty much talk a load of crap.
Yeah. Ooh, you can say that now.
I can say that it's
Actually,
fine.
I don't think crap is ever a swear word because it was said on The
Crap's
Simpsons.
not that bad. Crap bag. It's not that bad.
Depends if you step on it.
But yeah, you can come join us in this podcast of Daft. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's a podcast of Daft here on the Daft Hour.
Oh, we've got to clear something up as well. Even though it's called the Daft Hour, it's not necessarily going to be an hour, is it?
No,
we used to
because
fill a lot of this time with music.
yeah. Also, when we were on the radio, we were actually 2 hours.
Well, originally it was an hour. Then
It
was
was
an
an
hour
hour
and a half,
originally,
Then it
yeah.
was 2 hours.
Then it went 2.
But it seemed daft to change the name, didn't it?
It is a Daft, but to stay in the Daft theme, I don't think this is going to be an hour.
No.
It could
who
be
knows?
shorter, could be longer. This could be one continuous podcast until we die.
I reckon it'll feel longer to whoever's listening.
Hey, if they're stuck around this far, then the game for the Daft.
Well, yes. We'll give you a prize if you've stuck along this far.
Yeah, are you game for the
Morgan-
Daft, listeners? Are you game for the Daft?
They are game for the daft. As a prize for getting this far, I think Morgan might sing them a song at some point.
Oh, but happily, I'll come to your house.
Yes, good.
I'll come
Just
to your house, sing a
send us
song.
your address.
I'll take requests as well, you know. If you whatever song you choose, I'll come round, I'll sing it to you, and we can sing the night away.
Good. Like a little duet.
Yeah, but you know, if we do eventually get more than 2 listeners, if we ever make it big time, fingers crossed, that offer may retract at some point because
Nah, you've put
I
it out
can't
there.
spend
It
all
is-
my time visiting people's houses singing.
Mate, you've put it out there. The internet will not
But
allow
when
us.
would we record this show?
That's not my problem. You've made an offer now, and you should stick to it.
Okay, at some point I'll get round to it. I'll try.
Just use restrictions as an excuse.
Yeah, COVID.
Right, we'll never mention that again. Done with
Well,
that.
it's still about.
It's not.
All right.
It's a lie. It's a lie told
No,
by pigeons.
no, because we're not a conspiracy theory podcast. That's not our game.
It's pigeons, man. They spread rumours.
How weird. I've literally got a number of pigeon-related content in each segment coming up.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking at the word pigeon now on my notepad, actually.
Brilliant. This is the kind of content you should expect.
Yeah,
Pigeon content.
so usually we have, at the end of our ramblings for however long we go on for, we will name the show. So at a certain point there can be a phrase that we found humorous that we can name the show. So I'm actually just mentioning this because we forgot to discuss it in our pre-notes, Bambi. Can
Well,
we
now's
be
a good time to
vigilant?
talk
Be
about it.
vigilant of this if you hear anything for a potential name of the show.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
pigeons so far. That's what I've
So
got.
far, it's pigeon content.
That's what I've took from this.
I'm going to write that down. Pigeon content.
So there will be others joining us at other points. Not
Yeah.
not in this show, but we'll have Elvis.
Yeah,
and
we
we've
do
got
have
Jimmy.
another regular host of the show called Elvis Herod.
I think
Hopefully
we're going to
he'll
try
be
and
joining
get
us.
Jimmy some technology as well to be able to join in.
Get Jimmy technology on. Yeah.
Jimmy Smithereens.
All right. Sorry. Yeah, we'll get him on the show. Also, the basis of this show was to help promote comedy. The original concept of the show.
Yeah.
So it would be good to get comedians back on.
It would.
I don't know how that works, but could they dial in somehow? Could we speak to them via? Is it the cup and string method?
Yeah, I think the cup and string method or carry a pigeon takes a little longer
Karaoke?
to edit that together. Or there is the just shouting method.
Shouting, they could shout from
could shout.
wherever they are.
Yeah, like a Chinese whispers shout. So they say whatever they want to say, gets carried along by your neighbours.
Yeah.
Brought to the show, then I'll speak it out.
Oh,
And then
that's a good
I'll
idea.
send back another message. It does slow down the show somewhat, but we'll give it a go.
hey, whatever. We need content, so if that's what fills up the time, it's the extreme Chinese whispers. It is.
The most extreme, yes.
Uh,
So,
so yeah.
what have you been up to?
Oh, what have you been doing?
What have you been doing? Yeah,
What have you been doing? Do we have any idents?
I'm not using them this time.
Oh.
'Cause
Well,
it will
that's
heat
something
lots of
to look
mouths
forward to, listeners, is future idents.
Future idents.
This is the first show, so it's
To
kind
be
of
fair,
a test
the
run.
last time we used an ident for this, it was, yeah, what you been doing? Wasn't great.
I was under the impression you played the official ident then.
Just then.
Yeah,
I did. I
It's-
just so slick.
pretty much sounds exactly the same. Yeah, so what have you been doing? Are you asking me or am I asking you? Where we're going?
I asked you.
Okay, so I've wrote down a list of things.
Oh.
and
Bear in
then
mind,
I-
it's been probably 11 months.
I think our last Daft Hour show on the radio was March. It was just before the start of the pandemic, right?
Oh, in England.
Yes. Yeah.
Back
Well,
when
I
we were
vaguely
super
remember
naive.
us the last show sat in a pub beforehand, saying, "Oh, what's going to happen here?" And then the week after, we never went back. So, yeah. So you're looking at nearly a year.
Yeah, wowzers. So what have you... Tell me everything you've done.
So yeah, sorry.
in this
So
12 months.
I've had to write it down because it's been that much. So I'll just read them out, and then you can pick and choose which ones you want me to elaborate on. Really.
Okay.
So I made a new friend called Jack the Pigeon.
Okay.
I'm starring in a new reality TV show called Blub Island.
Right, what do you do in that?
Well, can you wait till I've read out
Oh,
and then?
right, okay. So, Blub Island, yeah.
Yeah. I have discovered I'm the reincarnation of a witch named Sue Magic.
Right, okay. I'm not going to write these down because I want you to elaborate on all of these.
Okay, that's fine. I discovered the importance of napping.
Yep.
I wrote a novel, realised it's too good, so I burnt it.
Wise.
I completed Pornhub. And I'm now trained in the art of dance movement.
Okay.
And that's what I've been doing for a year.
Right, okay, so elaborate on... Let's start right at the top.
So this is a true story, Bambi. I made a new friend called Jack the Pigeon.
Okay, so where did you meet Jack?
Outside my window in my bedroom.
Right, okay.
So basically, what happened was it was during the first lockdown, so when things were a bit stricter and no one was really leaving the house, and I was feeling ever so lonely, a bit woeful in my behaviour, and I was feeling down in the dumps, Bambi. I was down in the dumps, feeling a bit boo-hoo about life.
A bit woohoo.
You're feeling a bit boo-hoo about life. My real job is actually Samaritans. No, it's not. So, and I'm not taking the mick out of mental health issues there at all.
No.
Slightly opposite, because my story actually
Because you were having a problem.
invokes my own mental health issues. But basically, I was feeling a bit down, and this pigeon landed on my windowsill. And I was like, but it was like a pure like white pigeon. I was like, oh, look at that, it's beautiful.
Do they call them doves?
No, it wasn't white. It was a normal pigeon colour. I don't know why I said that.
Okay, because you lied.
I lied about the colour of the pigeon, yeah. But the story is true. So yeah, Jack, as I named him, and I named him that because he only had the one leg, and he was hopping along, and I was making like pirate jokes, so I named him Jack. Jack the Pigeon. He stayed a lot longer than I thought. I thought he was just going to land and then fly away, to be honest. But he stayed there for a very long time. So we kind of bonded.
Oh.
And I fed him. I got him some little bits of popcorn and I put it on the windowsill. He kept coming back. Then he sharted everywhere. And it was like bright green. And it was disgusting. And I'm not sure if he's okay or a nuclear experiment. I'm not entirely sure. And we talked for about 2 hours, and then he flew away, and I thought that was it. I thought that was it. The end of our friendship, our unusual animal friends. Bit of a callback there, Bambi. But he, the next day, I left the house, and he came back. He flew to see me.
What?
And he perched on my ledge, and we got a photograph. And then he left and he never came back. But what I was more excited about was the fact that I'd made a little pigeon friend for life, and he came to my hour of need, like the guardian pigeon he was, to perk up my spirits. And yeah, it was a beautiful time. It was a beautiful moment in my life, and I'll never forget it. So much so that someone actually bought me a framed picture for Christmas of it. It's on. He's on my bedside table.
Can you show me it? Oh no, you're not in your bedroom.
Well, I could do, but for the purposes of the podcast.
Okay, that's the story of Jack.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm starring in a new reality TV show called Blub Island. The basis of this show is basically because Love Island is all like really fit people with like toned bodies. This allows fat people to basically meet lovers.
I'll see you there.
Yeah, I think we're actually paired together.
Oh,
yeah.
It's predestined.
And instead of the phrase "we've got a text," it's "we've got diabetes."
That reference is completely lost on me. I've never seen it.
But people listening who knows that reference
Will they be laughing?
Will laugh at that as our obese state. We're not actually that fat, by the way. That's right.
Speak for yourself.
We're not. The pair of us aren't that fat.
We can't leave this. The real reason that we're recording this like this now is we can't leave our houses
because we're so fat.
Yeah, without like them removing the windows or something.
Yeah, that's true. So we have to get cranes in that are going to transport us to Blub Island.
Yeah.
And when we get voted off, it'll take us like 6 weeks to leave, so we actually end up making the finale just out of chance, really, just because we can't leave. So we're accidentally there. So I'm hoping I win that.
Yeah.
What else? Oh yeah, I've discovered the importance of napping. I've discovered it's very important, and I like to do it as often as possible.
So that's been the upside of you doing a bit more work from home. Obviously not all the time, but yeah.
Yeah. And then also I've trained in the art of dance movement, so I'm now forever. I like to incorporate dance with everything. So I'll be cooking and I'll be throwing some shapes like that. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm throwing shapes.
To
as
describe
you can see.
it, it's like you.
It's kind of like a kind of arm around the head movement,
Yeah.
like very graceful, like a swan.
Yeah. Okay.
And then when I go in the shower, I do some like steppy ups, like a bit of this, and I go down the stairs doing kind of Egyptian stuff. So, yeah, I'm fully trained and
Who
I'm
trained
available for who trained me.
Yeah. What qualification did you get? Have you got a certificate?
Yeah, I've got a BA honours in the art of dance movement. That's what it's
pity
called.
the fool that give you a BA.
Yeah, very nice, very well done. Well done. Mr. T was my teacher. That's why he's called Mr. T. His real name's Teacher.
No, give him the real reason.
Because he's
Mr.
a dance
Teabag.
teacher. Mr. Teabag, yeah. That's a little practical joke he likes to do at the end of the lesson, though.
The end of semester, have you been good?
Yeah, balls in the eyes.
Ball. Yep.
And the last one,
I don't like it.
I'm the reincarnation of a witch named Sue Magic.
Yeah, you know what? First time I saw you, I realised that.
Yeah, because like I say, we talked about magic earlier. It's a common theme that we discuss, and I've realised I'm quite psychic. I see things, I hear things all the time, and I know I'm not crazy. I'm a very sane person.
Mm-hmm.
And I went on the ancestry.com,
Oh, okay.
and it basically came up, and it told me all about this. It's a very good service. Basically said I'm the reincarnation of a witch named Sue Magic.
Right. So, this, like, service that tells you about your ancestry told you that you're a reincarnation.
Yeah, which is weird because she's not even related to me.
It's not a service they normally had. It was just for you, wasn't it?
It just came up. I think it was like extra info.
Did
just
you
like a
pay
bit of
anything for this information?
yeah. I paid £2,000 to find out who I was reincarnated.
Okay. We need to talk about your internet usage.
But it's fine because I'm Sue Magic.
Of course you are. Is that everything?
Yes, it is.
Great. Okay. I'll tell you what I've been up to, shall I?
I
I caused a
suppose.
rift in Daft Punk. I gambled with our future. I walked. I watched the progress of a supermarket being built. I shouted at the fake moon. I pushed the envelope. I reinvented the Ferris wheel. I put out the rubbish. I didn't drink. I fed the cats. I pooped the deck. I single-handedly put the shopping away. I noticed something. I ignored everything. I planted a thought. I thought of plants. I dunked my biscuits. I measured some stuff. I got wet. I got milk. I got shorty. I got Carter. Got smart. Got hard. Got rich and died trying. Got over it. Got him to the Greek and got Annie her gun.
I tell you what, you've been busy, haven't you?
I have been busy. See, it has been nearly a year, hasn't it? So
Yeah.
and I'm not
No,
going to
that's-
elaborate on any of those.
You're not going to elaborate.
No.
Okay,
Well, actually, pick one.
that's your choice.
Pick one.
Uh,
I can't remember what I've said.
there's that many I can't remember. Annie a gun.
I got Annie a gun. Yeah. So Annie Lennox
Yeah.
needed to dispose of someone she didn't like anymore, and she asked me to get a gun.
Right. Yeah.
So I did. Simple as
Right.
that. There's nothing more in it, but it was a potato gun that fires little potato pellets.
Oh, right. Well, now it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because she does look like a potato, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's renowned for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's got a popular song, hasn't she?
Oh, can you sing it for
Yeah,
us?
it's Walking on Broken Spuds.
Yep, walking on chips.
Walking on frozen chips.
The crinkle cut ones as well, because they can really be a bit sharp.
Walking on frozen chips.
Very famous Annie Lennox song.
Yeah, Annie Lennox. Get
Annie
in the bin.
Lennox.
Oh well, I tell you what. You've done some stuff in your time.
I did, and I'm the most proud of putting out the rubbish.
Yeah, well, that's important. I'm glad you
It
did
is
that. You've been
important.
building up to that for a while, haven't you?
I have. It's been building up in the kitchen, to be fair.
You're listening to the Daft Hour, where soup is queen.
Some news that I've discovered. So, the face of Les Dennis has appeared on Mars. Did you see this?
No, I haven't seen this one.
This was a genuine headline. So basically, obviously you've seen that Elon Musk has gone to Mars, hasn't he?
I don't think that's the story.
Yeah, he has. He's sent a rocket up, hasn't he? And,
Oh, right, not him personally. I know he gets high, but
there's
he doesn't get that high.
a little rover's gone down to Mars, and they're taking pictures, and it's the first time they've got like HD quality pictures. And anyway, someone zoomed in on this rock, and it's the face of Les Dennis.
Brilliant.
And Les Dennis quoted on this, saying, "Oh, this is such a good thing for my career because it's been, work's been drying up a bit as he's got older."
Yeah.
And he's basically said like this could restart his career. I don't know how.
As a
I don't know what
Mars
basis. I don't know.
presenter, I don't know.
Maybe he could be the face of Mars bars.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, it's this rock that looks like Les Dennis. Very, very odd.
Good on Les. I'm happy for him.
Next headline: a man called Colin Pigeon catches a pigeon during a Zoom call.
Right.
Basically, what happened is this bloke called Colin Pigeon
Yeah.
was doing on a Zoom call an important Zoom. This is a true story, Bambi.
Yeah, I believe you.
No, it is. I found it. I'll send you the link. Basically, he was on a Zoom call for a government. He works in the government. He was on this important Zoom call, and his cat brought in this pigeon. But then the pigeon starts flying around his room, so he caught the pigeon, saved it, and then let it go. And it's just caused an uproar because Colin Pigeon catched a pigeon. I told you there was a lot of pigeon stories in our content today.
It is.
Say again.
So I think that would be a nursery rhyme, wouldn't it? Like, it's going to become one. Colin Pigeon catched a pigeon live on telly. Oh, it wasn't telly, was it? It was
Live on Zoom.
Ah.
Colin Pigeon catches a pigeon live on Zoom. He catched it and put it out the window.
And then his cat caught it and killed it again.
And woo. It needs some work. It needs some
Yeah,
work.
we'll get back to that one.
We'll get back to that. So yeah, mutant shark has a baby face. Have you seen the picture of this mutant shark that has human features?
Oh, that sounds
It's got
horrible.
it's like the bottom of it. It's like flappy up like that, and it's got like two massive eyes, and like it's like a face of a human on this baby shark.
Don't sing the song.
I'm not singing the song, but if this right,
Yeah.
if this is evolution, I want nothing to do with it, Bambi.
You have so little to do with evolution.
Well, I feel
wouldn't
like
worry
I
about
should
it.
have a vote at least.
No, I mean, you've barely evolved.
At least I'm not a shark mutant.
Okay.
I've got that going
You've
against.
got that, yeah.
Well, going for me, I suppose.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, there's a new social media app,
What's it called?
RickTok.
Is it just like what's on RickTok?
It's basically just people doing videos, but just be very angry. No fun is allowed on RickTok.
I like the sound of that.
So it's like the opposite of TikTok, where everyone's like doing daft stuff.
Yeah.
This is just
Just
people
angry.
like it's not even short videos. It's like 10-minute videos of people like complaining about parking, and then like people moaning about, I don't know, the weather. It's like it's just the opposite of
I
TikTok.
think this will take off. I love it.
I think it'll take off. Yeah.
I want it.
To the moon. Surprising candidate for the 2025 presidency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Christopher Biggins.
No. Christopher Biggins.
He's not even American.
Wow.
But yeah,
What's
he's
my
called
favourite Batman film though?
Christopher Biggins.
No, Batman Biggins.
uh,
It's my favourite
So Christopher Biggins is going for presidency. Hey, I'm all for it. I'm going to vote for him.
Yeah. You're not American either.
Well, neither's he. But
You can't vote for an American president.
well, I can vote for a non-American president then.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I'm saying.
Let's vote Biggins in.
Vote Biggins.
Vote Biggins.
And that's all the news I have.
Okay. So,
That's all that's happened this year.
all right, I've got some news as well. I'll read you the headlines, then we'll go back over the stories if you wish to.
Yeah.
Okay, koala rescued after causing a 5-car pile-up on an Australian freeway.
Hang on. What?
Yeah, a koala rescued after causing a 5-car pile-up on an Australian freeway.
How big's a koala?
I don't know how relevant that is to how much of a crash it caused.
Well, if he's big, then obviously did he barge into the cars?
Right, I'll go back to the story in a minute. I'll give you the headlines. Police arrest 6 people who changed the Hollywood sign to read Holly Boob. Texas sends out a wild amber alert for vicious Chucky doll and his missing son.
Oh.
Oklahoma lawmaker wants to create an official Bigfoot hunting season. And former leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, to become a bin man.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's the headlines. Okay, so first one, koala rescued after causing a 5-car pile-up on Australian freeway. A koala has been rescued after causing a 5-car pile-up while trying to cross a 6-lane freeway in southern Australia. Police said the crash in heavy Monday morning traffic in the city of Adelaide caused some injuries, but no one required an ambulance. The animal's rescuer said she got out of a car to investigate what caused the pileup. Nadia Tugwell, with her caution hand, I know, teamed up with a stranger clutching a blanket in a bid to capture the marsupial. A concrete highway divider has blocked the koala's crossing. The koala was absolutely not damaged in any way, Tugwell said. It was very active but very calm. So I'm guessing it just crossed the highway and people obviously tried to avoid it and caused a massive
Which
crash.
is good, which is nice to hear, but
Yeah.
obviously caused more damage. And was anyone hurt, did it say?
It's no ambulances were required, so not particularly. But I don't know how you claim that an insurance.
Koala.
Koala. Yeah.
Well, we don't live in Australia. They might have stuff like that on their
They
insurance.
might have koala cover, yeah.
They might have koala cover, yeah. Kangaroo cover.
Kangaroo cover, koala cover,
Uh,
snake
sh-
cover, spider cover,
shrimp on my Barbie cover.
yeah, and other such Australian things.
Other Australian.
So, police arrest
Terms.
6 people who changed the Hollywood sign to read Holly Boob. Okay, the prank occurred in the early morning of Monday at Hollywood Hills. A 6-person group covered the letters W and D to look like the letter B by affixing what appeared to be tarps to the sign. LAPD Sergeant Leonard Cauldron said participants told an officer that they made the changes to raise awareness of breast cancer. They didn't commit any permanent damage, he said. 5 men and 1 woman were taken into custody on suspicion of a misdemeanor and trespassing.
I love that.
They were later issued citations and released. Julia Rose, founder and CEO of adult magazine Shag Mag, was amongst the arrested and took credit for the prank. So I've looked at the pictures. Literally, it's got 2 big printed letters of B and just
That's
changed
brilliant.
it to say.
Well, also they were doing it for a reason. Do you have details of that Shag Mag? Do you have the website link?
I'm sure if you start typing in your Google search, it'll autofill for you.
Okay. But yeah, no, that's great. The name of the person sounded made up though, Cauldron.
No, didn't make that up. I can't make
And
that
I was
kind of
thinking
stuff.
if he was going to make up the name, he could have called her Sharon Tit or something other
Good on.
boob related. But no, that's a brilliant story, and they're doing it for a good cause, so why not?
Why not indeed?
Holly
So
Boob.
Holly Boo.
I thought at first when you mentioned it, I thought it was in honor of Holly Willy Booby.
Holly Willy Billy Booby.
Yeah, I thought it was in honor of her, but no.
It wasn't.
But she can take credit for that if she wants.
Might be a side honour. So Texas sent
Group.
out an Amber Alert for a vicious Chucky doll and his missing son. So I don't know if we get them in this country, but Amber Alerts is basically when a kid goes missing.
Yes.
People receive a message or an email of the information.
Yeah.
But they issued this alert on Friday for the missing son of the vicious Chucky doll. The message described Chucky doll as a 20-year-old redhead suspect in the disappearance of a 6-pound 5-year-old son, Glenn. Chucky was described as 16 pounds, 3 foot tall, according to the alert. He was last seen wearing blue denim overalls with a multicoloured striped shirt, wielding a huge kitchen knife. Wow. So they actually sent this out. This was a genuine thing.
Who had access to this?
I don't know.
To
but
send?
They said this alert was a result of a test malfunction. So
No, it wasn't. That was someone who got control of it, who shouldn't have had control.
Yeah, someone's got sacked over that for sure.
Well, I'll tell you what. If it's obviously someone who didn't care for the job and wanted to go out in a bang.
Maybe.
But also, how many people do you reckon believed that and started to and actually started to panic, thinking that obviously there's some murderous doll running on the loose? There'll be people who are genuinely afraid of that.
Yes. Possible.
Good. I hope it happens again.
So, Oklahoma lawmaker wants to create an official Bigfoot hunting season. I love this. Bigfoot may not be real, but one lawmaker in Oklahoma wants to create a hunting season for him anyway. And this is a quote: "I want to be really clear that we're not going to kill Bigfoot," explained the state rep Justin Humphrey, the Republican behind the bill. "We are going to trap a live Bigfoot. We are not promoting killing Bigfoot. We are promoting hunting Bigfoot, trying to find evidence of Bigfoot." He said Bigfoot a lot of times.
He did say Bigfoot.
He does. The bill didn't specify that the... the bill didn't specify too much, basically. It just says we want to have it so we can hunt Bigfoot.
I think if they worded it a bit better, not say hunt for Bigfoot, if they would just say like...
Produce evidence of...
search party for Bigfoot. Yeah. But I think they need... It's one of them, isn't it? It's kind of like... It's obviously not real. Like if you haven't found evidence at this point, give up. Like Loch Ness, come on, it's not there, is it?
It might be. They might just permanently be on holiday. There's a $25,000 reward for Bigfoot, though.
How long's that been going for? Years.
I think that's part of this guy's.
For the hunt.
Hunt, yeah.
Wow.
But the commission that decide if you can do hunting or not, or what you can hunt, are just like, no, mate, you're not doing that.
Well, yeah, because that'd be like saying, right, organising a hunt and then going out for guns, but you're looking for ghosts. Right, let's go on a ghost hunt. I've heard the term ghost hunt before, but people haven't gone out with guns and like equipment to catch ghosts, apart from the Ghostbusters, of course.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different ball game.
Okay.
Good luck to him. I hope they find him and then,
have a cup of tea with him. Realise he's a good guy.
Maybe, have a discussion of why Bigfoot's wanted to be in isolation for years, and then they just leave him the fuck alone.
Yeah, hopefully. Good on Bigfoot. Okay,
good on Bigfoot.
Former leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, to become a bin man. Jeremy Corbyn has this week announced that he's going to hand in his notices at the Labour Party and try to serve the community in some other way. "I believe that I can serve more effectively by being a refuse collector," Mr Corbyn told the Sunday Times reporter Emma Tucker. Councillor Rihanna Champion of Finsbury Park, I can't speak, has reported that they haven't received any job applications from Jeremy. She added that he would need to have higher qualifications to be considered for any positions. Tory
Be great
MP,
if you didn't get it.
Tory MP Robin Miller said that it's just a publicity stunt to clean up his image after Labour defeat during the last general election.
Yeah, of course it is. He's quite an elderly man as well, isn't he? He's not going to be a bin man, which is quite a. I don't know if you've ever watched bin men at work, but it requires I think quite a high level of fitness.
It does, and quite some qualifications as well.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
But all power to him, whatever he wants to do. I suppose everyone's got a dream, right?
Yeah, why not? And that's the news.
That's the news.
The news. Okay, so do you believe that any of my news was real or any of it was fake?
I believe most of it's real, apart from the last one.
Correct, yeah. They were all real apart from Jeremy Corbyn. Doesn't want to be a bin man. He wants to be a pool cleaner.
I was expecting pole dancer. That's what I was expecting to come out your mouth. Yeah.
Should have done.
How many of mine were real?
So you gave me 4, didn't you?
5.
Did you give me 5? Give me the headlines again.
Made a new friend called Jack, starring a new reality show. Reincarnation of a witch named Sue Magic. Discovered the importance of napping. Completed Pornhub and trained in the art of dance movement. I did also mention I wrote a novel, but I forgot to talk about that one. So,
That's not the news. That was what you've been doing.
Oh yeah, it is. You're right.
Can you give me the headlines again?
The Face of Les Dennis,
True.
Colin the Pigeon, Mutant Shark,
True.
and Rick Talk, and the
False.
Presidency.
Rick Talk is false, and presidency is false.
Yeah, the first 3 were true. Yeah.
Yeah, you were as lazy as me and didn't mix it up.
What I know, it's the thing is we know each other too well. We're very predictable. I wish Rick Talk was real.
Ah, it sounds amazing. I would definitely go on to that. Have you got any likes or dislikes?
Dislike of the week.
Oh, so this is a segment of the show called Dislike or Like of the Week. And basically, this is something we either like or dislike.
Of the week. Of the week.
And this week, I've picked a dislike Bambi.
Okay.
Negative,
Morgan.
Nance. And it's basically, it's Zoom.
Okay.
I'm over it.
Just over it.
Do you know what it is, right? I don't mind. I think there's better platforms that
Right.
we've used when talking to our friends. But also, I think as well, it's the Zooms in terms of work meetings. Because half the time people are talking over each other. There's always people who don't understand technology, so they leave the microphone on and you can hear stuff in the background. There's people who don't realise that they're still on camera when they shouldn't be on camera. And they're sat without the clothes on. And it's just, it's just a farce. I was on a meeting the other day. There was a lad who was blatantly asleep. In this all business meeting. He got pulled up by the manager the next day and told off. True story. Turn your camera off.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a little nap, turn your camera off. But also, I don't like the thought of... It's a good tool to have, but when there's too many people on, it's just a friggin' nightmare. But what I also don't like about it is the fact that this is now giving businesses an excuse to hold out-of-office meetings on a regular basis. This is now going to be something that's going to go... When the pandemic eventually ends, this is going to be something that's now used forever.
You reckon?
Yeah. Especially where I work, they've discovered this and like, ooh, a new toy. But now they're able to put meetings on outside of work hours and expect people to be on. And this is going to be a thing that just...
That's something you have to bring up with your contract, really, isn't it? And say,
oh, well,
it has to
yeah.
be within work hours.
But I just think this is going to be... For example, if you ring in sick, you're ringing in sick, whether it's genuine or not genuine, whether you're just pulling a sickie or you're actually genuinely
People lie
sick.
about such things.
Of course they do, right. Now, it'll be like, oh, right, you're sick, but can you still attend this meeting? You don't have to have your camera on. But because of Zoom, you expect it to be on, and now, excuse me, I did a burp. But now, with Zoom, it gives you less ways to get out of things.
Interesting point. So basically, you don't like Zoom because you have to come up with better excuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
or
limits.
You've got to up your, like, normally when you phoned in sick, you just kind of put a sick voice on. I'm a coolie. But now you've actually got to go the whole hog and get a bit of redness around your nose and put snot rags everywhere.
Yeah, now you've got to show full-on evidence. You've got to, like...
a bit of night nurse next
Oh,
to you.
I broke my leg. You've got to now show your leg.
Yeah, it shows the bone sticking through.
I've been throwing up. They want to physically see you throwing up on camera.
Yeah, shows
I'm going to have to put soup in my mouth and pretend to spit it out.
It's going to be a nightmare.
I just think...
It'll up your acting game.
Yeah, look, my acting game, but it's just... Sometimes it's like, is all this rigmarole worth for one day off? I'll just go and... Do you know what? I'll go to work and be easy.
Just go to work, mate. Yeah, stop being a shirker and get yourself to work.
Whereas before, I could get away with it. It just provides companies more ways to gain evidence, and I don't like that.
There would be evidence if you weren't doing anything wrong, though.
I like my ability to get away with stuff.
Yes, yeah, no, you have the freedom of choice to be able to lie or not.
It's my constitutional right.
We don't have a constitution, but yes, the spirit remains.
Yeah, to fake ringing sick.
I
but
absolutely
still
agree.
expect to be on Zoom calls. So yeah, that's my dislike of the week, mate.
So
I
you
think
dislike Zoom
and
and other such platforms.
it doesn't bode well for the future. That's what I'm saying. What have you got this week, Bambi? Is it a dislike? Is it a dislike or a like of the week?
Well, I'm gonna throw both at you. I've got a couple. So I like that we're back on the Daft Hour.
Yeah, I like that.
I also like that we can now swear because we're not on the FM.
Yeah, fuck
But
you, Bambi.
I choose not to.
Fuck you, Bambi.
I choose not to. But
Okay.
what I dislike is Julie from My Solicitors because she's a fucking twat.
Yeah, Julie, you fucking bitch. Who's Julie?
Just some bastard who doesn't.
Will she ever listen to
help.
this?
I only ever
Hope
send it
so.
to her.
Yeah,
I'm going to send her it
in the post.
in the post.
Yeah. Why? What's Julie done?
Just not been very helpful.
Can you sack her?
She's not actually. No, I can't. She works for the company that I've been using to buy a house.
Can you put a complaint in?
I will wait until I've bought the house.
Is she being that bad?
Nah, she's just not as useful as I'd like. I'm very demanding.
Oh, right.
She's probably perfectly fine at a job. I'm just picky.
If you're listening, Julie, you're a nice person, but fuck you.
You said that with quite aggression. I like it.
That's how many years have we been doing this on and off? This is
Many.
a number of years of pent up frustration and not being allowed to swear.
Not
on
swear
the-
these.
On the Daft Hour.
That's it. I won't swear again.
Yeah, I won't ever.
So that was my like and dislike.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag.
It is a mixed bag.
Mixed bag of the week.
Dislike of the week.
Bambi, do you have any idea where people can find us on the socials?
I think they could find us at socialmedia.com.
They certainly can't.
At
So-
TikTok.
Rick Talk, yeah. Daft
can
Hour
find-
and the Rick Talk.
Yeah, Daft Hour and Rick
So for people listening out there, you can find us on the social medias. We are available on the old Twitter at Daft Hour. We're on Facebook /the Daft Hour. Give us a like and interact with us there.
Give
And you
us a
can find us
dislike.
on... You can give us a dislike, please don't. You can also find us on YouTube at the Daft Hour, where potentially we will be putting shows up on the Daft Hour. We need to figure that out. I'm not entirely sure. But you can also listen to us on all available podcasts where you can find your podcasts on the apps on Spotify, Google, Apple, and Podbean.
Did we decide it's Podbean?
It's Bean, yeah. Bean.
Bean.
Bean, as in
Podbean
I
or
just
toast?
sat on a Podbean.
Right.
So yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Bambi, we've done a show there.
Apparently, that's what they call it. It's show 1 because this is a new beginning.
So basically, going forward, we'll have segments similar to what we've done today. We have other segments. We'll fix it up. We might have some guests. We might have a bit of music. It's going to be a work in progress, but also, as we go on, the tech side will get better. We'll have our idents back, our adverts, and all that kind of stuff, won't we, Bambi?
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for being a friend, Bambi.
It's all right. You're my favourite golden girl.
Thank you very much for listening. My name's been Morgan Fantastic.
It has. Mine has been Bambi.
And you've been listening to the Daft Hour. Stay daft, everyone. Always.
Stay daft.
Stay daft.
Bye.
Bye bye.
If you feel like you need some fun, if you're feeling like you need to laugh at everyone.
The Daft Hour.